Kelly. I'm a behavior analyst at Blossom Behavioral Wellness Center. And I hope that you guys are all staying safe. I hope that you're healthy and that you guys are having so much fun implementing some of the play strategies that my colleagues have sent to you this week. Although I do understand that this time can be a very, very challenging one for some families whose kids are not used to being home all day, and it may seem like you're having trouble implementing these play strategies because you feel like you're putting out fires all day, trying to prevent tantrums. That is a real reality for so many of you, and so today I just wanted to give you one very simple tip for how to try to avoid some of those tantrums. And really it was inspired to me by my dog Penny, who wanted to play with me, and she does this really cute thing where she comes and she sits right in front of me and she looks up at me like she wants to play so bad, and then she does this little sneeze. She does this little achoo. It is so cute, but that's her little warning that she really, really, really wants to play, but she knows she's not supposed to bark, so she gives a little achoo. And then if I don't pay attention to the sneeze, she starts to bark. And then if I don't pay attention to the bark, she barks incessantly because she wants to play so bad. And that just made me think about some of you guys maybe who have kiddos who maybe they want something so bad, and at first they might ask nicely and you said no. And then maybe they start to whine, and now they're whining, and then all of a sudden it's like, what happened? Now they're screaming and they're throwing things, and how did we get to this place? So really what I want to talk about today is something that we call precursor behaviors. And really what a precursor behavior is it's something that comes prior to challenging behavior. It's like a signal telling you that there are worse things to come. I'm sure that many of you parents are very familiar with your child's precursor behaviors. And maybe if you're not, I want to challenge you this week to just become mindful of what happens before the tantrum occurs. Start thinking about what happened to trigger the behavior. What did they do before they started melting down? It can be very small, something seemingly insignificant, and yet consistently comes before the challenging behavior. So start to recognize those precursor behaviors if you haven't already, and really start to think about two things. One, if the precursor behavior is something that is tolerable, that maybe if we know that that's something we're allowed to give in on right now, that we really pay attention to acknowledging and respecting that precursor behavior. If it's a minor one and we know that a really big one is coming next, then we might what we call reinforce the precursor behavior to prevent the really challenging behavior to come next. The next one is to provide an alternative behavior once we see the precursor happening. So if I see the precursor behavior, I see that my kid is starting to whine, and I know that after whining, screaming, and throwing things is going to come next. As soon as I hear that whining, I'm going to let that be my cue, that I'm going to prompt them to get what they want in a more appropriate way. So if I hear them whining, I might say, oh, I can see that maybe you're hungry. Do you want a snack? And they say yes. Oh, great. Let's go get a snack, right? So we're going to kind of take a moment to recognize, oh, I see that something's happening here, and redirect into a more appropriate request. So essentially today, I just wanted you guys to be able to really target some of these precursor behaviors. I want you to be able to avoid some of these massive tantrums. I know that they happen. I know this is a hard time for everybody. I hope that we can be a support to you during this time, and I hope you guys tune in for some more videos and tips.